How's it going, everybody? Creating another video here. I'm installing the 4 mud flaps on my 2021 Sienna XLE. Here is the part number. It comes with the 4 flaps and 2 screw sets here. And yeah, so I'm just going ahead and install it. It looks really easy. I'm going to attach the instructions that I found online in the description here. But yeah, it's just a couple simple screws. I'm going to start on the back or the rear passenger side. All the flaps are labeled. I'll be sure you keep them in the bag until you're ready to use them. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the rear right to start here, the tiny one. For some reason, the rear ones are 2 different sizes. I'll show you guys here. So here is the rear left, and here is the rear right. As you can see, it's significantly smaller for some reason, but if I do a test fit, it fits really nice right here. Okay, so according to the instructions, I have to slide on a little I guess washer on the bottom here, and then drill in or put the screws here in these 2 little dimples that you can kind of see here in the dark. Let's see if we can get the light. Yeah, so you can kind of see the dimples there. Let me clean this up so you can see it. There's a little dimple there and a little dimple on the bottom, and then if you look underneath, the 3rd screw goes right there. Okay, and a little covering goes on it so the screw will kind of grip onto it. So let me do that and get this first one done. Okay, I'm getting ready to set this rear passenger mud flap in place. A couple things. Reading over the instructions, I just want to be sure everything is nice and clear. There are they're called thick and thin clips and screws. All right, so the thin ones are the small clips. I'll show you the comparison here. So these are the 2 size clips you get, and the 2 different size screws you get. Okay, as you can see, there's 2 different sizes. Okay, so the bigger ones obviously would be considered thick. So this would be a thick screw and a thick washer, a thin washer and a thin screw. Okay, so I put 2 thin washers in place here and 1 thick one underneath there. There is a little lip on them. If you look, you see there's a little lip right on the bottom there. The little lip in this case here, the lip is facing inside the vehicle. Okay, so it's nice and flush, and they're kind of loose. They kind of wobble around right now. And on the bottom, the little lip is facing inside the vehicle, so it's nice and flush. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this going. Since these are loose, they kind of slide around, but I'm trying to line them up to the little dimples that are right here. Okay, so there's 2 dimples here and the screw that goes underneath. And so there's a total of 3 screws here. So 2 on the side there and 1 right there. Okay, so I need a thick one on the bottom and 2 thin ones on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill here. I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'm gonna drill these 2 holes here, or just screw the screw right in on this side. This screw seems to be a little hard to get, so I'm gonna start here and then do this one and then the one underneath. Okay, the first one's in. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I got it in. So yeah, there's the 2 screws there. Went right in really easy. And the 3rd one there. I noticed that the clips kept sliding, so I don't know if it's a trick or not, but as you can see here, there's a gap that kind of makes it loose, I guess, so it doesn't scratch the paint. But I was really nervous about missing the hole here and getting it messed up. So what I did was I took my little wrench and I kind of pressed down on it. So if I just give it a little bit of pressure, and it kind of collapses it just a bit. That doesn't really show, but yeah, I kind of collapse it a bit. And as you can see here, the gap is a little tighter, and it made it stay in place. So I think I'll do that for the rest of them, make it just a little bit easier so I don't have to worry about them sliding out of place. All right, so the rear passenger is in. It looks pretty good. Okay. All right, so on to the next one. Okay, so rear driver's side now. I got the 2 clips in place here, and then the one underneath was a little trickier to install. The little clip here. There's this, I don't know if you can tell, but there's this little bump. This thing right here was in the way to get the clip in. So it was a little trickier to get it in than the other side, but I was able to get it in. And now I'll put the screws in. All right, so yeah, number 2 is in. This is the rear passenger. Looks good. It was really easy. So yeah, doing the pinch of the clips made it a lot easier for the clips to stay in place. So those are 2 there, and then the one underneath right there. Okay, so I turned my car around. Now I'm working in the front of the car. This is the front driver's side. And the screws are already in place, which is kind of nice. But I'm going to replace the bolts. You need a 10mm socket, if you can find one. So you take these out and replace them with the regular screws. So there's 3 that go here, and there's 1 on the bottom. Okay, so you take out the 2, take out the 3 on the side, and replace them with regular screws, and you still keep the 10mm one that goes underneath. That uses the same screw. Okay, so no clips on these. Okay, so let me take these out and get going here. Okay, so I removed the 3 side bolts here with my 10mm and the 1 underneath. I don't know if you can see it there. I removed that one right here, and I'm going to replace it with 3 of the thick Phillips head screws and save 1 of the 10mm bolt. The 10mm bolt fits underneath, and the 3 obviously fit right here. And according to instructions, you dispose of the 3 original ones that are no longer needed. So let me screw these into place. All right, so all 3 screws are in. According to the directions, it said to start with these 2, then work on the bottom, and then place the top one here for whatever reason. So yeah, hand tighten these, don't over tighten, it says. And it's in really good, and it looks really good. All right, so last one more to go. Okay, same deal as the driver's side. Remove these 3 screws here, and then the bolt underneath using a 10mm socket, and replace them with the screws. It looks like I was shorter to screw in my package. I only see 2 left. I looked all over the car because I don't want to run over it if it rolled away, but it looks like I'm short to screw, so I'm gonna have to use a bolt, unfortunately, to finish this off. But yeah, no biggie. All right, and that is it. I got the last one in. I could not find that last screw. It looked all over the place, so I had to use an existing bolt. But got the 2 here and the 1 underneath. I don't know if I'm seeing this or not. The 1 here. And yeah, all 4 flaps are in. Should take you about 15-20 minutes or so without recording a video, but overall, I think they look really nice on the car. Sorry it's dark out. This is the only free time I got. But yeah, all 4 are now in. All right, great, thanks. Okay, here's a quick video showing what it looks like in the daytime. So here's the rear passenger, front passenger. Here's the rear passenger. It's anything fancy looking, but it does add a nice little touch to the car.